Hey everyone, Todd the Youth Worker back again. Here we are, I've got Nicole's bike inside for part 2 of our bike repair. I'm inside today because it's a bit wet and windy and cold and chilly and everything else, so I'm in front of my wallpaper. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to replace your tube on your front wheel. I know this tube is well and truly dead, it's old and it's flat, so I'm going to see how quickly but informatively I can show you. So let's get straight into it. Now it'll be the same process for most bikes. You're going to undo the nuts on the axle, which holds the wheel into the forks. Put those there. And I should be able to go right bounce off. There we go. And that's the wheel off. Now to get the tyre off the rim, what you want to do, I've got these little tools here, I'll show you, called tyre levers, but I'll move that down a bit so we can see what's going on. Work the opposite end to the valve, so the valve is down the bottom. I'm going to start at the top, depending on where you are. And you want to flick the tyre off. So you could use butter knives, don't use screwdrivers, they're a bit too sharp and they might wreck the tyre. But if you use, I've got 2 of these, if you get 2 of these into place, like so, what I should be able to do, once I've got 2 in, is slide them around. Yeah, there we go. The bigger the bike wheel, the easier it's going to be to get the tyre off, typically. So if you're doing it on your small BMX and things like that, it might be a little bit trickier, but the process is still the same. Once I've got that one side off, I should be able to lift the tyre up and just push it away from me. And there we go. And the rim pops off. Now what I can do is pull the tube out from inside the tyre. Yep. Correct. Always check inside the tyre. If you've got a flat tyre, it might be a little nail or a little thorn or something, but don't run your fingers through there, because if it is in there, you'll get a puncture in your finger. So I've got a new tube here, it's brand spanking new in a box. And what I'm going to do, now these can be really tricky to do anything with because they're so tightly wrapped. So the easiest way to work with them is the valve, grab your pump and just put a couple of pumps of air in so it'll start to take shape, because there we go, what you want is you want it in the shape of the tyre anyway, because what we're going to do, there we go, look at that, now it's a circle. What I want to do anyway is I want to squish it like this inside the tyre. Any which way is fine. You don't have to have the valve pointing in a specific spot just yet. So we'll feed that in, brand spanking new, perfect size. Look at, get in there. There we go. Only going a couple of minutes to go. See if I can do this under 5 minutes. And then I want to get the rim and I need to get the valve. So there's a little hole in the rim where the valve came out of. I'll put that in there first, like so. And then I'm going to work away. So the easiest part is going to be the furthest away from the valve. So if you work all the way down to that and then I'll flip it over, I can squish down and I can try and roll the tyre. Sometimes you have to use your tyre levers again just to get that edge back onto the rim. Other times you can be lucky, like today. Rolling, 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 rolling around. Both sides. Again, start at the valve, so you can see I've got the valve pointing out there. Make sure your valve's straight. If it's not straight, if it's sideways, if it's pointing on an angle like that, move your tyre and your tube all together so that it's pointing nice and straight with the spokes, because when you pump it up, it'll go sharper and it'll cut the valve if it's not straight. And we'll just roll it, roll it, roll it. There we go, that's all on. So now all I need to do is fit it back into the bike frame. It's much easier to fit it when it's flat, because you get it past your brake pads. You can squish it past there. Put the rack mount stuff on. Put the axle nuts back on. I'll tighten them up with my spanner, pump up the tyre, and that's the front done. And that's the exact same process for pretty much every bike there is. It might be a little bit trickier with different nut sizes, Allen keys, or with gears and things like that in the way, but essentially use tyre levers, pump up the tube a little bit so that you can get it to fit back inside the tyre. Use the tyre levers if you need to get it back onto the rim. Work from the valve, and then the easiest part will be furthest away, so you do that bit last so that you've got the most amount of flexibility. And if you have any other questions, concerns, or if you want me to show you anything else specifically, put it in the comments and I'd be happy to do another video. Thanks everyone, have a great day, see you soon.